Hope you're doing well. Just want to welcome you to another.
Keep going. This is how it starts every time. Yeah.
All
Here
right.
we go.
We starting?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Couch Comics and Commentary here at the Dragons Lair in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're having an awesome time. If you like us, definitely subscribe to the channel, like it, do whatever, share it with all your friends. And actually, what we want you to really do is to make some comments telling us if we're good or if we suck. That helps us anyways. So today we're doing another review for this week's comics. So we're going to start off this way. Well, we're going to start this way, but first, before I do that, I want to introduce ourselves. I'm B-Man. This is
Smitty.
Mike.
Quincy.
So today we're going to start the review off with Q over there. So
All right.
Q, you get to start off.
Let's
buddy.
do it.
All right, today,
Let me see your book.
Hey, Mike, can you pay
No.
attention?
my pick of the week is The Other History of the DC Universe. It's written by John Ridley, who wrote 12 Years a Slave, a few episodes of Martin and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
He Googled all
and
that.
absolutely a phenomenal read. Absolutely. It dwells into being a hero, a black hero, during the time when a lot of black heroes weren't seen as prominent. They were either back, in the backgrounds or not having prominent roles. And it really just, John really highlights how these characters come to be when dealing with like real world issues. It dwells you into real world issues like the Black Saturday massacres in Israel, I think it was, and some of these civil rights movements. There's going to be a 5-book series. The first book was Black Lightning. The second book is The First Guardian, I think, and Bumblebee of the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The third book is going to be Renee Montoya. The fourth book is going to be Katana.
Bumblebee's the girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fifth book is going to be, I think, one of Black Lightning's daughter.
I'm definitely checking out book 4.
Yeah. But the book, fantastic read.
Which one you gave me?
I gave you issue number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
But
have
you need number 3. It's Renee Montoya.
Renee Montoya is going to be the third.
Why does he have to have 3?
Anyway,
I know why, but
I say pick this book up just because it builds on a lot of the characters' depth that we don't see in a regular superhero book. It touches on what motivates them, why they became a superhero, and the banter in it is just absolutely phenomenal. John makes Superman this godlike character, and he portrays Superman as like he's just so much better than us, but yet he has a white face. So it's really good. You got to read it, Chris. I know
Yeah.
I
So-
ordered you to read it.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I'm really glad you did because it was a fantastic read. I like the way right in the beginning where they placed you in history, a spot in
Yeah.
history, and you didn't really know at first you were reading about superheroes.
Yeah.
And then as you started reading the story, you're like, oh my God, that guy was that guy.
Yeah, he's that- yeah.
And it led into the story, and it was just crazy how they placed them in moments in history. It just took both worlds and really put them together.
Meshed them together.
And meshed
So,
it. I loved it. It was
doing
my
some
honorable
research,
mention
yeah,
as well.
Doing some research last night, there was a book called The History of the DC Universe, which is out there now. I'm hunting that book down just to find out and compare and contrast how that look.
And that's done by Marv Wolfman and George Perez
Yeah.
in the 80s, right?
Yeah,
I think
in the
so.
80s.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can tell you that.
well, I have the book and I have not read it.
I know.
Because
We're behind. We've been binging
Yeah.
a show.
I opened the first page and I saw there was.
Right,
Yes,
so it doesn't
yes.
read like a tried and
Yes,
true
yes.
comic. It reads like
You have to read it.
It reads like a
It-
short novel, which is
it does.
good because it's again. It
Forgive
fits the
Mike,
mood.
there's a lot of words in this.
No. Me
It
too.
is.
Me too. It's a book.
I need pictures.
It's really not more of a comic book. It's more of a book.
Yeah.
And even I told Quincy, you know what? These two were talking about in our chat, and I was like, man, because you guys said it's got, I'll make sure I take one home and read it, which I took it home.
But if
I never read it.
But
Warrior
I told you
was on.
I gotta be prepared. Yes, Warrior is on.
like if you guys seen on I've seen on Facebook and other comic pages, everybody has nothing but good things to say about this book.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like
It's a good
I don't
book.
read pretty much anything DC, but I want to read it. I just haven't gotten to
Yeah,
it.
I got you.
It looks really good.
And
I mean, it is a little bit.
my honorable mention is Strange Adventures, the entire series. I'm not just gonna pick out one. So let me tell you why I like Strange Adventures. Tom King
Here we go.
and Mr. Terrific. That makes that book. If Adam Strange was to die in episode 10, I'd be fine. The way Tom King writes Mr. Terrific, I know some people don't like it because it he makes Mr. Terrific arrogant. But if you're that smart, you're gonna have a little bit of arrogance with you, which makes me, and just the way the Tom King dialogue
Sounds
just,
like Quincy.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It's my favorite
Ding,
DC
ding, ding,
character.
ding.
So yes,
We
I
have a
have
winner.
some.
He is.
Yeah.
He, Mr. Jerk Schrager?
Yeah,
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's the third smartest guy in the DC universe. But Tom King writes it so.
Who would you consider
passionately.
the first?
Huh?
Who would you consider the smartest in the DC?
So it's been said it's either Batman or Lex Luthor, which I don't
think
see it
John
because
Jones.
it's two different type of
I think Martian Manhunter.
intelligence. And intelligence? Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
I do.
No. Anywho, there's this great banter between Batman and Mr. Terrific, which is they have been building up this rivalry that they have because Batman, he's Batman, and he doesn't really believe in Mr. Terrific in other books.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
in this book, you can see how their rivalry is like
Oh.
butting
in
heads.
the Strange Adventure?
In a Strange
Yeah.
Adventure. So they were trying to decipher an alien language, and it made Bruce look like he was struggling with the language, and Mr. Terrific just picked it up like that and answered collegially where Batman answered like a 4-year-old kid. It's just amazing. Mr. Terrific, that's the reason why I get that book. If Tom King was to write a book, please, Tom King, write a Mr. Terrific book. I even emailed you. Write a Mr. Terrific book. That's my honorable mention.
Dear
CC
Mr.
me on
Tom
email.
Yeah, I'm gonna
King.
CC you in an email.
Okay.
That's my picks and my honorable mention. I hope you pick it
Great.
up. We have some here at the store, both 1 and 2, and we're almost out of the Strange Adventures. But come on by and get one.
And how many dragon heads are you going to give it?
This is an anomaly right here. I give both of those books 5 dragon heads, 7 dragon heads out of 5.
Wow.
He says he's giving
Both of them. Both of them. No, I'm not. You got to grow up.
You fell for it.
Grow up.
You fell for it.
Grow up.
It was a trap. You walked right into
Hook,
it.
line, and sinker.
We were all looking at you.
Yeah.
You walked into it.
You walked right
Couldn't
into
take
it. Head first.
My pick.
Go home, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
I hate it.
Oh, you guys are fired. Go home.
My job is done. My pick for this week it's Usagi
Yo, Jimbo.
Yojimbo, The Wanderer's Road. I love this cover by Peach Momoko.
She's been knocking out on
She's
covers.
been
Yeah,
definitely
been killing
killing
it.
it. She's
Been
been
killing
killing
it.
this Usagi
So-
covers.
But she's
So-
doing a lot more.
I'm talking about. Yeah,
I'm going to teach you a lesson.
Oh, here we go.
No, seriously. Actually, this is actually a good lesson. And so, the Peach Momoko cover. It's also Alphonse Mucha. Do you know who Alphonse Mucha is? Alphonse Mucha is a French artist back in, I can't remember, way back. But Joe Quesada started doing and
Oh, the flowers, because it's on
the way the thing
Eternals. His Eternals
cover.
variant has that. I'm gonna look it up.
In the '90s, Joe, when I knew Joe, he had this style. He would do the stuff on like covers, and man, it was beautiful. Like man, and then I was talking to George Perez. He goes, "Oh, that's Alphonse Mucha."
So he stole it too.
So he basically borrowed the look. Nobody knew.
Well, borrowed.
He borrowed it,
Borrowed.
or homaged it, or whatever.
Homage.
But so that's what that is. So that's just a little art lesson for you guys.
A little tidbit.
There you go.
I'm all about
Nice.
learning.
I'm not paying you for that. No, that was free information. I like these books, Usagi's, because like I was talking to Quincy earlier. You can pick Usagi number 96,
And jump right.
and you just jump right into it. It's like mini shorts that explains
That's
pretty
nice.
much what Usagi does, who he is, and then like some type of lesson. Usagi
like
books
He-Man.
or like deep. It's like they talk about they talk about depression, they talk about suicide, they talk about honor, they talk about like deeper stuff that you don't get to see on regular comic books.
Stan Sakai's a very
And then
good
people sleep on the fact
Samurai.
people sleep on the fact that it looks cartoony when it's the story.
I think
Just read the book.
I think that's the whole point. It's supposed to look cartoony.
But
So-
that's his style.
You know, that's his
Yeah,
style.
yeah. So,
But that works.
if you look at this, you'll be like, "Oh, this is a kid's book."
Mm.
But then you read it and you'll be like, "Oh,
That was deep.
wow!" Like,
some
like
Tom King
this
stuff.
one was like the last one. I loved,
Yeah.
which it was the
It was Tom King before
the
Tom
mom.
King was even in the comics.
Yeah, it was the mom that has to kill her own son because he was out of control and
Yeah.
nobody could stop him, and he was like bullying and destroying everything, and So she put kind of an end to his madness. And then on this one, he gets into a fight with an old friend, and he spared his life. And again, talk about depression, and this whole book I love. I love how.
Is that a miniseries or is it ongoing?
I
or-
believe
I
that
know.
Wanderers Road, it's a miniseries because they have the regular ongoing that is set up to issue 16. This is only issue 3. I know that Peach Momoko has contracted to do all the covers on it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know how many because it's not like 3 out of 5 or nothing. It's just issue 3. And then my honorable mention, it's Ninjas and Robots
Ah.
Oh.
3.
Oh, what do you know?
I love this cover. Sorry, Eric, it's not your cover. This is your buddy. I love this cover. Jamie Jones killed it.
Yeah, it's a nice cover.
It looks amazing. It kind of fits perfectly with what's going on with this book. It's actually just fits perfect. Like if this guy Eric decides to draw your books for you, he gets 5 dragon heads. The book, it's the story. If you haven't read the stories,
Thank you, sir.
it's weird. It's crazy.
Because you were depressed.
You said you were a little bit
Oh,
depressed.
thank you.
And it seems
No,
like
I wasn't depressed. The book is.
it literally seemed like the book is moving you in ways that you shouldn't move.
We just fit your help.
Make a
Yeah.
picture. Okay. All right. So for those of you that follow Ninjas and Robots, you already know that Eric has a
He's a local artist here.
Yeah.
crazy,
Local rock,
crazy.
local rock
Our
star.
local
You know,
rock
like a
star
rock
artist.
star. And he even shows up just like that. When he said, I'm going to be there at noon, he showed up in 1.
Or 2,
Or 3.
Rockstar Town.
or 3.
Or 3.
This story keeps picking up and getting better and better. I'm not gonna spoil it because you have to read it yourself. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of action.
What's actually cool too is Eric, every time one drops, Eric comes and does a store signing for us to sell his book, and he signs, he hangs out with the customers, and he's built a lot of fan base out here in the area. And if you haven't checked out, he also did our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 100 variant for us. It was our store exclusive that me and Mike did with Eric, and man, you gotta check that out for sure. So.
I like it. I can wait for issue 4. Some of us kind of read issue 3 already before, but I'm excited to see what this is gonna turn into, and I need to know who's the bad guy.
So dragon heads for both books.
Usagi, because of being Usagi, I will give it a 4.5 dragon heads. Even though I love it, there's always room for improvement. Eric, your book gets 3 dragon heads. The art gets 5 to me. This is my perfect style.
That's some good colors, man.
I love it.
Yeah, it's vibrant.
Colors.
Your
Very.
colorist, Katie. Katie is definitely killing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Katie is definitely killing it. You guys do a perfect team. Like I said, your story, I give it a 3.5 dragon heads. The art, hey, I have to give it a 5. I love the style.
So now we're breaking. Now we're breaking up between art and story.
I am.
We're getting deeper.
I am.
Yeah,
I
you know.
am.
We're
We're getting
adding
better. We're getting
substance.
better. And now,
You know,
you're next. Who's
There's
next?
reviews and there's connoisseurs. Right? We're
But-
connoisseurs.
But remember, we talk about this. We cannot spoil the books.
Nope,
we
I'm
will
not.
not tell what's
Chris,
going on in the books.
Look,
Chris.
I know I'm
Stay
bad.
in line.
Okay? So
Let people read
I
the
will
book.
hint
To
spoil the
stay
book.
in line.
Let the people
I can't believe she died.
read the book.
I'm leaving. So no, I took a step away from Future State this week. I didn't read all the
What?
Future State books.
But you
I
still
did.
stay within Batman, though.
I still stayed with them.
Oh,
Batman, because I went with Batman number 2, Batman Black and White number 2.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, man. This book is fantastic. I mean, just a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Awesome story.
All the
Course,
stories?
my man, no, okay.
All right.
My man Tom King, just like Quincy, he wrote the first story in this, which is entitled The Unjust Judge. And it was just the way that we talked about this before. Tom King is very good at writing relationship type
He
comics.
humanizes these superhuman
And
characters.
the way that he humanized Batman in the first story was just
first 5
outstanding.
pages.
The first 5 pages made this book I didn't have to read any more to pay $4.99 or whatever the book was. $5.99.
And then team with Mitch Jarrett's
And then,
artwork.
Yeah, Mitch Jarrett artwork. I mean, obviously it's Batman black and white because the whole book is done in black and white. Now I've always been the one that said the story makes the comic, right? This is the first comic where the art and the story made the comic for me.
Good amount.
This
Good
pulled
message.
me.
That's what always happens.
This pulled me over. But before I could deal with bad art for a good story. But this comic, as far as story art, was fantastic. They did 3 covers. The first one, the cover A, was by Jock, who hasn't done a cover in quite a while. Think about it.
Yeah.
He really hasn't.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then
Chris speculated like make 10 copies.
yeah. And then the second one was this one was actually Doug Braithwaite, and man, what a beautiful cover this was. I mean, it was just awesome. Who I thought Jock did, by the way, for a long time.
So who did the last one?
Oh gosh. I'm not even going to try.
Here you go.
Insert
That's why you have the
name
book.
here. Kamomi Shirahama
Ah.
did the villain cover, which is a
say it again.
Catwoman cover.
Catwoman cover. Yeah.
Say it again.
Karomi Shirahama.
I like it.
Thank you very much. And so anyway, she did the Catwoman cover, so 3 covers. What I like about the art in this more than anything is the fact that in black and white, you've always been able to do contrast, but not always depth. And in these pages, there's so much depth in the black and white that I don't even think you can do with color.
I read.
I mean, they just killed it.
I read issue number 1 with the first story was Trad Moore, which is one of my favorite artists, and I think it was James Tyrion.
Tinian.
I'm sorry, Tinian.
Insert meme.
Did it again.
Hey,
That's the guy from Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, I thought maybe you were talking about
Anyway.
Tyrese or something in Transformers.
I hate Batman. I'm going to be the first to say that. I absolutely detest.
And
the
you will
character.
see
Not
that
a
in the
fan.
video dropping here soon.
Not a fan of Batman.
I detest Batman,
But why?
no, we're
No, we're not going there. We are not going there,
We're
Mike.
not going there.
Not today, Satan.
Not today.
Not today.
But the way the art and the story combined,
Oh man,
it was just.
it's a beautiful
And
book.
plus, it was one of my favorite Batman villains, Ra's al Ghul, who just says, "I just need you to land one punch," and it was this ninja's sole entire job just to land one punch on Batman. It wasn't a crippling blow.
Nope.
It wasn't a disability
get
blow.
one.
It's just to get one punch. And the way it was written and the way it was paced out, fantastic.
It's
Pick up that
amazing.
series.
Yeah, I
Pick
mean,
up that series.
If you haven't got number 1, I believe we still do. We still have number 1.
Yes,
Yeah, we still got copies of
Still got
number
a few.
1,
The Peach
and number
Momoko
2
variant.
is out. And man, it's just. I know you've read it. I know you read it too, Bernie. But I would say
Oh yeah.
out of this whole week, by far, Future State or not, Batman Black and White, best book of the week. Period.
For you.
And you know what? Mic dropped.
Dang.
How many? Well, how many dragon heads?
I would, you know what? Not only am I going to give the story 5 dragon heads, but the art gets 6.
Whoa.
That's what I'm
Off
talking
the
about.
scale, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Off the scale.
Jeez.
Because if you can do that in black and white,
Miss Jarrett, man.
makes you want to go home and slap your mama. I'll tell you right.
I think I'm saying his name right. Is it Gerard?
Mitch Gerard.
Mitch Gerard. Yep.
Gerard.
I would have to fly home. It's very expensive to slap my mama. But
You know
It's
what?
my- it's
It's
my
worth
Baltimore
the flight,
accent.
Mike. It's worth the flight.
okay,
Read this book.
What's your honorable mention?
Fly back
I'll
and
say-
smack your mama. My honorable mention was actually Quincy's book of the week, and I touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, it was my honorable mention mainly because I learned something from a comic. Not just story, but I actually learned something from a comic, and that made it
That's nice.
worthwhile for me.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
Can I have that tissue?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that.
I don't wanna do it. Okay, this right here.
Beautiful,
It's
beautiful
right here.
books this week.
Yeah.
Thank
Right
you.
here.
Good reason.
Wait, where'd you put this?
It's
Oh,
like-
you
don't worry
wanna
about it.
know. You don't wanna know. Too late now.
Woo, stinks.
All right. I'm going to start off. I'm going to go. Actually, I think I'm going to do Marvel, huh?
I honestly don't know how you're gonna be able to top our.
Don't
I
show
probably
it.
can't.
Don't show it.
I
Don't
probably
show
can't.
it. Don't show
So, my pick of the week
Don't show it.
is because I'm gonna show it now just
Just
because. Just for you, Itzy. So they can't even see it. So it's ShangChi, of course. Yeah. Had to stay home on this one.
Why,
So
why
so
do you
last
say of course?
so last week so last week I did Iron Fist, and you remember like, oh, we thought Iron Fist was gonna be so good, and then
Who's we?
What
Me
else?
and
You.
Yeah.
You.
No,
you-
no,
y'all
I
did.
said it too. Yeah.
Oh.
so we thought it was gonna be really good, and it just ended up being
Lackluster.
Yes, lackluster.
Like
Iron Fist.
And the reason why was and the reason why we thought because I thought
I thought it was going to replicate
Yes.
just the pace, the story.
Yes.
Because you saw a nice cover and you thought the book was going to be good. Yeah.
No, because I was like Iron Fist, you know.
Yeah.
So ShangChi, ShangChi's one of those characters in the '70s that you're like, he's a Bruce Lee ripoff. I mean,
Kung Fu was huge in the
yes,
70s. though.
exactly.
And because of Bruce Lee.
Exactly. Speaking of Bruce Lee, so me and Mike are on this freaking Warrior mode.
Oh, God.
On HBO Max,
Amazing.
which this is perfect for that. And so finally, you get the fifth issue. It was the climactic issue, and I'll tell you what, it was really banging. It was really good. It had a good ending.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to spoil it.
No.
I'm not going to
Don't
spoil it.
Bernie.
Spoil it, Bernie.
But I gotta say I was very
People
impressed
who
with
do
this,
that are jerks.
where it ended at a good place, and it catapults it to a new.
So it wasn't ongoing. It was just a
No,
five.
it's a 5 issue.
Oh, it's only five.
And
It's
then
only 5
and
parts.
then another miniseries coming out here soon.
Yeah.
I have a
So-
question. Does it link up to The King in Black?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
That's
Good.
what made the story
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
That's what made the story good.
And
I
I
just
hate,
want to know.
Yeah.
well, I hate when they do that. When they also it's a series. Also, they throw in a.
Yeah, it's a filler episode.
Yeah, exactly.
The next series
Like
is going to
Namor.
be Shang-Chi Death Metal.
I think it's like Legends or
Scott
something.
Snyder.
Let me see. It's
The Snyder's cut.
Shang-Chi.
Snyder cut.
They did the whole thing like they did in the movies of the Marvel MCU. Coming later this year, the return of Shang-Chi.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
It was good. Had a great the story overall from the beginning to the end. I was very satisfied.
They introduced new characters.
yes.
They gave the character depth. Like something we always talk
Yeah.
about, giving characters depth.
Yeah,
gotta
because,
have it.
because everybody thought, oh, he's just Bruce Lee.
You can't have a canned story. You
Can't
just
have-
can't.
yeah.
And
Not,
so-
not with comic connoisseurs like ourselves.
No, not at all.
We're
So
sophisticated.
Yeah,
as,
what I
as,
read.
far, as,
Yeah,
far as,
that's what I read.
as far as the
Nothing but good
artwork,
stuff.
it's very good stuff. The writing, of course, as I told you before, it's actually by an Asian guy. So that's representing.
Representation matters.
It's all cool.
We're seeing a lot of that lately.
That's right. So by the end,
Right.
like I said, I was very happy. I'm looking forward to another Shang-Chi story. I'm hoping I don't think it's even written by the same guy, but hopefully.
And variant covers or
Yes,
no?
there was
Yeah.
an Aliens variant cover
Oh, okay.
and a Scotty Young cover.
all sold out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Alien
also-
cover.
Scotty Young cover was nice.
Scotty Young sold
cover
out.
was
Alien
nice.
cover
Yeah.
sold out.
Yeah, so I think it's gearing up for the Shang-Chi year. The movie's coming out right
That's
after
probably
Black
why
Widow.
people picking it up a lot
Yep.
too.
So if you-
Reference our video on speculation.
Yep. and of course, we saw how Young Rich Asians did or something like that.
Yeah.
What's good?
Crazy.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That movie, like,
I saw it. I'm not gonna lie. I
But-
saw it.
but-
And I read the book.
but
Don't judge me for it.
but what I'm saying is that movie
It picked
it
up.
picked up and
Yeah.
it showed that
Was it a
you know,
letdown after 50 Shades of
no,
Grey?
absolutely. There's some changes in it. Some changes in it. I didn't like.
So I will give this one. I'll give it like by the end. I would say it's probably about 4 stars or 4.
But
Dragon-
with the whole series.
Hey,
the
what
whole
whole
series.
series?
Hey,
How about the whole series?
Hey, what's stars? What is
What are
that?
Wait, where's
Stars.
stars?
We do
What
Dragon
is stars?
What do you
You
give?
severed dragon
What do you
heads.
give? What do you give?
I just said it. Don't you try to. You can't trick me, buddy. Sorry.
I just want to make sure that everybody's tracking.
Yeah, good try.
So what would you
Good
give
try.
the what would you give the
Yeah,
whole
nothing but
series,
try.
Vern? The whole series. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said 4.
Well, how about just the book? Just the one issue?
The one book I would say I was hoping for more, but it's about 3.5.
So it was a Marvel letdown?
No, not really. Because
A Marvel deflation?
Marvel really lets down a lot on their miniseries.
Not as much as DC, but
We could.
topic for a different day.
Yeah, topic for a different.
Yeah.
Get off the couch, Mike.
So good try for both of you, though. I mean,
Yeah.
So that was your pick of the week.
yes,
That was your pick?
this is my pick of the week,
Okay.
and my honorable
Do
mention.
you really have to? Is it even honorable? I mean, okay.
We had to have one. Everybody said I had to have one, and I read a few of them, and
Me, but the rest of us pick good ones, though.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
know,
True.
but actually the second issue is better. So
Not everybody can be as good as us.
that's right. So Dark Detective. It's Dark Detective. I'll let you guys do all the good ones.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So Dark Detective.
Another Batman book,
Number
huh?
2, Future State Dark
Go
Detective.
figure.
Go for it.
Yep.
Then let's just show it again, just for Quincy. So,
Go figure. Another Batman book.
so I'll get the text message later.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Another Batman book.
So Dark Detective. The second book was definitely better.
I agree.
Again, the backup story is kind of what made it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Just
like
like the Grifter story made the last one.
Yeah, I didn't like the backup story as far as
What's the backup story? This issue.
it's Red Hood.
It's Red Hood.
And I didn't like the artwork. That's what I didn't like about the backup story. This one, but overall, I would give this book about a 2. The Red Hood part was cool because then you learned he's not the magistrate or whatever. The
He
magistrate.
works for
Look,
Yes.
we need to. If the book's gonna get less than 3 stars, let's just not bring that book up.
Oh, we doing stars now? Stars or dragon?
Oh,
If we
so-
get the dragon heads,
Dragon
less
what?
than less
dragon
than 3, it's a no go.
Dragon what?
I don't know.
What? So anyway,
So it was a good read as far as the Dark Detective stuff. I mean, the Red Hood stuff. The Dark Detective, a little bit slow, but this is the future state.
Slow is an understatement, Bernie. That's a
Hey,
crawl.
I'm trying to sell this book, all right?
Oh, I forgot. There are plenty for sale here on the
For
shelf. Come pick up 8 copies.
That's right, 8 copies. So,
You-
what?
Are you reading the Batman Adventure?
Yes.
I love the Batman Adventures because when I read that book, it makes me feel like I'm watching the actual
Yeah.
old
The actual
cartoons.
the old
So
animated series.
that's pretty good.
All right. Thanks for bringing that up out of nowhere, Mike.
Oh,
Thanks.
thank you.
Another
No, I'm just trying to get
Batman. Another Batman.
trying to get
Another
somebody in
Batman.
a Batman. Hey, you want to? Hey,
So-
so all reading Batman.
Actually,
I'm good.
you know, for the
You
people
sure?
who are in
No.
Future State, it is actually one of the better books of the Future State that I've read.
He only read 2.
It's
The
only read
first one
2.
and the second one.
No, I read two. I
Out
read
of the 2 Dark Detectives I read, this is by far the best.
I read the next Batman. You remember?
Yeah.
And I read the Nightwing, your favorite guy.
Yeah.
So
You read
I
Wonder
read a
Woman?
couple.
Swamp Thing?
You
Flash?
could have read the good ones.
I read Swamp Thing. It's all right.
Suicide Squad.
That one I have not read yet.
Superman?
Superman
I'm not a
Metropolis.
big Superman guy. So.
Not a big super.
Kara Zor-El.
But I knew I was gonna read that.
Flash?
So, anyways, give this one 2,
Severed Dragon.
2,
Wow.
2, Severed, right?
Dragon heads.
Yeah.
So, thank you for letting me making me do an honorable mention, but it's okay. You know, next
Well,
week we
yeah, I mean, that was a format.
That's right. It's the format.
It is the
So,
format for every episode we do on Weekly Review.
That's right.
In
So,
fact, will we call it a weekly format?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wrap it up, B.
all right. So that's it, guys. Hope you liked our reviews. Hope you liked our joking and stuff like that. Some of it isn't jokes if you realize who we are, especially that guy over there.
I dislike Batman.
He really disliked Batman. You'll check out the
Love
video.
Batman.
So, anyways, thank you for tuning in. If you like the video, definitely like us. Tell your friends about us. And I hope you guys have a great day. And as I always say, it's about the community. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.